Thank you, Malika. Welcome, everyone, to a Thursday night in Boston. It was just 2 nights ago the Celtics put their fans through an anxiety-filled 53-minute game, but they prevailed to take Game 1. Now the fans hoping they'll take Game 2. And now it's up to the Pacers to respond like they've had so many times in these playoffs. As we welcome you to NBA Courtside, presented by Pronamel. And then there were 4 in the East. The home team won Game 1. Last night in the West, the road team the victory is Dallas winning in Minneapolis. And good evening, everyone. Along with J.J. Redick and Doris Burke, Mike Breen on hand. Lisa Salters with us as well.
The Boston Celtics' attention, and rightly so. And we'll begin with their 24-year-old point guard, who is dynamic and relentless with his movement. You think he gives up the basketball, your job is over? Oh, no, sir. He's going to relocate into 3. He's a dynamic passer, and the ball's going to fly around. In the first half, their sweet shooting big Miles Turner was 7 for 10. And then Pascal Siakam in the second half, Mike, gets to the middle of the floor and pick and roll and proved every bit the calm shot-making force they need him to be. 7 different guys were in double digits. They force you to pay great attention on the defensive end for the full 24 seconds.
Particularly when the game was on the line. The Celtics forced a turnover with under 10 seconds, had a chance to send it to overtime. Jaylen Brown took advantage with a ridiculously tough shot. And then in the extra period, it was all Jason Tatum. He did a ton of damage throughout the game in the paint, getting to the free throw line. And then when the Celtics needed a dagger, they went to their 2-man action with Derek White and Jason Tatum stepping behind the line, a little shot fake side step, knocking it down. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown now have 16 playoff games together where they scored 25 or more each.
Meanwhile, Boston has lost Game 2 in the first round. In the second round, they are determined to end that Game 2 streak tonight. Pacers much improved on the road. They want to tie it up. They're determined to even the series. We can't wait for Game 2.
NBA Courtside on ESPN is presented by New Pronamel Repair Mouthwash. Actively repairs enamel beyond brushing alone.
Thank you, Malika. Another beautiful night in New England and hoping for another night of great playoff basketball. As it's time for Who's Enjoying the Limelight, brought to you by Corona Extra. Game 1 saw the Pacers on the verge of an inspiring victory, but turnovers in the final seconds changed everything and opened the door for the Celtics to force overtime, where Boston showed their big game experience to avoid the upset and accept the kudos for the Game 1 win. Now it's time to move on. Game 2 is next.
The NBA Eastern Conference Finals, presented by AT&T, are brought to you by Google Pixel, the only phone engineered by Google.
Before the inbound, I was just talking to myself. If I get this shot, it's going in.
This place is bonkers right now.
You just got to manage your emotions at the game.
A thriller here in Game 1.
Of course it's frustrating. Like, we felt like we were in position to win the game.
The Celtics survive in overtime.
We know we can play with these guys. We know we belong. We'll respond to threat.
We got to match their intensity if we want to win the series. Welcome to the NBA playoffs.
It's time now for the Indiana Pacers and the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals, presented by AT&T. It certainly was sweet emotion for the Celtics. Not so sure for the Indiana Pacers, but they're ready for Game 2. Well, what a gorgeous sunset here in Boston, Massachusetts, and a packed crowd here at the TD Garden. Starting lineups brought to you by Lincoln. And for the Pacers, all 5 starters in double figures. Top 7 did. 3 of the starters had 20-point double-doubles. Meanwhile, for the Boston Celtics, still no Kristaps Porzingis. No update on his return. Al Horford will start once again. All 5 starters scored in double figures in game 1 for the Celtics, including a 36-point game from Jason Tatum. A common foul.
Watch the bottom of your screen. He and Turner just takes a little hip check there.
Oh, first time out here in game 2. 5 minutes gone by. That's where we'll be on Saturday. ABC will have game 3 from Indianapolis of this conference finals. Coverage against NBA Countdown at 8. Tip-off shortly after 8:30 Eastern. Pacers by 3. Indoors, this Pacer team,
Drew finds him.
Let's watch Obi Toppin compete, because this was what he was maligned about. His defense and rebounding changed his attitude. He's been absolutely great.
And a challenge from Joe Mazzulla. Pacers shoot 58% from the field. They've got the lead after 1. It's the NBA playoffs, and it's presented by Google Pixel. JJ.
Well, we know the Pacers want to play fast, but you heard TJ McConnell with Lisa saying how surprised the Celtics at the Celtic speed with which they change ends. But Doris, it's really been the offensive rebounding that has stood out.
Missed Chippy. Al goes and gets it twice. And then you're going to see a corner crash. You've been talking about this all game, JJ. Opportunistically, that baseline has been effective for the Boston Celtics. Jaylen Brown, a putback.
So right now, 2-point lead for the Celtics.
Well, as they did in game 1, the Celtics attacking the whole of the Indiana Pacers defense, which is the paint. They are feasting right now at the basket.
Here in Boston, some top-tier celebrities watching Game 2, presented by AT&T, from the world of music, from the world of Fenway Park, and from the world of Super Bowl parades.
Would we start to feel the second-best defense in the league have an impact? Playing defense to offense, everybody's running. Jaylen Brown, not a bad target.
And he's got an advantage every time that Halliburton ends up on him. Jaylen Brown doing it.
Jaylen Brown, an excellent game 1. What a start here in the first half, game 2.
Yeah, he's been in go mode from the start, particularly in this second quarter. Has had a number of transition opportunities. And look, when you have multiple offensive options that can create, that can shoot, it can offset your...
This is why they acquired him.
Well, it looks like there's some confusion here between Derek White and Jaylen Brown. They had the foul to give. Siakam with the blow-by. What a flurry to finish the half.
Of course, Jaylen Brown, the hero of game 1 with the three-pointer, has a couple of three-pointers here in the first half and 24 points in 17 minutes. 2 quarters complete. Game 2 from Boston. Celtics up by 6.
The NBA Eastern Conference Finals, presented by AT&T, are brought to you by Google Pixel, the only phone engineered by Google. And Disney and Pixar's new movie Inside Out 2, only in theaters June 14th. Get tickets now.